Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Fantasy Cricket is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Simplified, a show that explains intense topic from around the world and simplifies it for you so that you can appear cooler in front of your friends.
You're listening to TFG Fantasy Cricket.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of TFG Fantasy Cricket Podcast. Don't be surprised, my name is Kevin. I am also part of the Fan Garage team. I'm filling in for Nikhil, who is in Pune right now. And we have Vivek Krishnan as always in the studio. Vivek, yet another game. We are here to preview the fantasy cricket game between Bangalore and Gujarat. Over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Good to see you in the studio. So for all the listeners, Kevin has been a part of the TFG team. He does Indian football for us, a very accomplished orator, and he also gets into fantasy cricket every now and then. And he's somebody who doesn't boast about his winnings like Nikhil and I do. So he's those, I would say, very silent assassin kind of a guy. So,
I'm one of those who has not been convinced at the beginning about fantasy cricket, but Vivek Krishnan, I would really say his passion and his dedication towards creating teams that, give you winnings
absolutely
has got me into.
Yes, that's what we do. Our team, in fact, we've been doing this for a long time now, and we've got so many people talking to us, following us, and discussing, and that's why this is the kind of motivation we look forward to every day. We get up, we come here to the studio, we talk to people about different possibilities, scenarios, and yes, today's match between Bangalore and Gujarat is going to be an interesting one. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritties and the team combination and changes, Bangalore, we saw a few days ago, the match was called off because of poor weather. We expect similar situation in Bangalore because the weather says it's not great. It's not going to be great for the next 1 week. But today, I don't think it's going to be a washout. There could be some intervention. That's how Bangalore is this time of the year. It's very frustrating, Bangalore as a venue, because if it rains there, it really pours. And then eventually, it leads to abandonment. So we'll see how it goes today. Our job is to give you a good team, a winning team, hopefully. Yesterday was a very bad day. Ben Stokes, our captain, didn't play. Kevin, so did you see that coming?
You really cannot see, the way things are going, that this can come as a shocker. And it did. The captain went out.
It was a shocker, man, and that's what happens. Everybody had him. Some had him as captain, vice captain, some smart ones. I don't know whether it was a calculated guess because this was nobody knew this, okay? There was no news about Ben Stokes, and this was understandable because he's been doing a lot of hard work for Pune, batting, bowling, fielding. He won them that match against Mumbai single-handedly, so obviously a bit of soreness would have crept in. Hopefully he gets back, but it was a big loss yesterday, and we could never recover after he was ruled out of the game. Hopefully nothing bad happens today. Injuries are a part of the game. Everybody understands that. And today's game is going to be very difficult. Like, the article is already up, Kevin. I'm sure you must have read it. Yeah. Haven't you?
My team is already up there.
Your team is already up there. But we are not going to disclose Kevin's team here. Like I said, silent assassin. He does all the damage. Many a times I wonder how Kevin comes up with such phenomenal teams. So we'll give the TFG team now, which is obviously done by me. And we have Virat Kohli as our captain. We have Brendan McCullum, ABD Villiers, Suresh Raina. In the bowling, we have Nattu Singh, Yuzvendra Chahal, Andrew Tai, Samuel Badri. All-rounder Ravindra Jadeja and Pawan Negi. Now, this is going to be a very difficult team to create purely because both teams have some explosive batsmen up the order. The budget is going to be high. You don't know which 4 overseas players will play. So there is a lot of confusion, not only for you and me, or even Kevin for that matter, but also for their respective coaches. Do you agree with that, Kevin?
Yeah, obviously, it's never an easy choice to go with a team which, has such explosive batting. And I have a feeling over here, if RCB win the toss, I feel they will bat. What do you have to say about
RCB, that? I don't see RCB batting here, Kevin. The reason being, they prefer chasing, number one. Number two, in Bangalore, I understand it's not been a typical... the characteristics of the Chinnaswamy wicket, I don't know, a little surprising this time. Having said all that, with rain around the corner and knowing that Gujarat, they have some devastating players at the top. They will not take that risk. And unlike KKR or Mumbai, they don't have a great bowling lineup. So they have to go and chase. Coming to our team again, talk about batting. Chris Gayle is missing for two reasons. One is the budget and the uncertainty. Now, what could happen, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris Gayle might get substituted. He might be asked to warm the bench. Who could come in? Somebody like a Watson or a Travis Head. I think in the bowling also, there could be a toss-up between Adam Milne and Tymel Mills. Mills has done very well for them, but I think RCB might go in for that extra pace, and he gives you the wicket-taking option. That is the Kiwi pacer, because you need to very quickly dislodge McCallum, Smith, Finch and Raina. Otherwise, they are going to be on top of you. Number two, like I said, overseas players. So we spoke about Bangalore. Now let's talk about Gujarat. So the big news is Dwayne Bravo has been ruled out of the tournament. So people have been writing to us asking about his availability. He's not there. James Faulkner has been in and out. It's a little mystifying, I should say, why such decisions have been made. We've seen Shakib being rested forever. Initially, Faf du Plessis didn't play. And so let me go back to yesterday's match. The reason Pune made a mess, I would say, if you play an international player, somebody of Faf's caliber, he should be batting. And all that he did yesterday was he spoke to the commentators. That's how bad the planning was, because at the end of the day, he's a marquee player. He's one of the leading run getters. He's an accomplished T20 player, South Africa's leader, and you don't give him a ball to play. Tripathi has done wonderfully well. I understand that. You want to give Dhoni a chance. You want to give Smith a chance. Rahane. All these guys, absolutely fine. But if you're going to pick a foreign player, and if he's not going to contribute with the bat or ball, only with the mouth, it makes no sense. Not to say that KKR won because of that or Pune lost because of that. No, but this is what can happen. I don't see a repeat of that in Bangalore or Gujarat. So what could happen is somebody like a James Faulkner might get benched again, because Andrew Tye, in my opinion, should play ahead of him because he's done very well. And then you have McCallum, you have Aaron Finch. One of Jason Roy or Dwayne Smith might play today. Because if you see, Smith has blown hot and cold. They haven't given Jason Roy too many chances. Jason Roy got a few brisk starts in the initial few games, and given the form that he is in, it makes very little sense for him to warm the bench. He should go up the order, bat. Finch can come down the order. McCallum can also slot down the order. So I think this is the change they might come up with. What we have done is we have ignored all those possibilities. We have stuck to a very same team like we always do. That is Kohli, De Villiers, Raina, McCallum and Kedar Jadhav. All-rounders, Jadeja, Negi. And the bowling, like I said, if you are going to exhaust majority of your budget in the batsmen's category, you don't have too many choices. As they say, beggars cannot be choosers. And the situation is such that you have to go with these, as they say, dilly-dobbly bowlers. I mean, no option. Very, very lowly priced. Some are reasonable. I would say Samuel Badri, Yuzvendra Chahal. But you talk about Nattu Singh, very cheaply priced. You have to pick him. Then there is a toss-up between Dhaval, Praveen Kumar. You don't know who will play. Jakati, Shivil Kaushik. Again, there is a question mark. So, far too many doubts creeping in. Just go safe. Again, like I said, this is our analysis based on the bygone matches, based on the previous experience. So this is what we have come up with. You're free to do what you want. And again, I keep repeating, we don't have any connections with the team. You know, it's important people realize Ben Stokes didn't play. Obviously, we didn't have any access. We didn't have any information. And it could happen today. One of these guys could be gone for whatever reason. So we have done our best and we think, given the challenges, the budget, form, conditions, opponents, we have come up with this 11, Kevin.
I think this year's IPL has been about unpredictability.
Yeah.
To its to its best. It set a benchmark for unpredictability this time. So it's going to be difficult for anyone to pick you a team, but we at TFG, especially Vivek, is doing his best to keep looking at news, constant watching over Twitter, Facebook, anything that can give us a hint.
Websites. Yeah, we have to do that, Kevin, because as you know, the pace is it's the nature of the tournament itself, or the nature of the format. It's so frenetic, it's so dynamic, it's so explosive at times. And all these factors lead to a lot of uncertainty, unpredictability. So it's very difficult to time and again hit accuracy. But we have been doing wonderfully well, and we have come up with this team. Virat Kohli, he's somebody who doesn't flop often, and he likes challenges. Bangalore, if they lose today, they're done. They're out of the tournament almost. Mathematically, they're gone. Okay, so I pick him as captain because he's somebody, you push him, he's going to come back, and he's, as they say, backlash. He's going to be there. Likewise, Suresh Raina has a tremendous record against Bangalore, and he's Gujarat's skipper. Raina played a blinder against KKR last week. He's also looking for a comeback into the Indian team. All these factors considered, there is going to be enormous responsibility, pressure. He's going to like the Bangalore bowling. Bangalore is not a big ground. It's altitude. The ball is going to fly 60, 65 meters. That's all. So even missed time shots could go. That's why we picked Virat and Raina as our captain and vice captain. So that's it, Kevin. That's it. Hopefully the match gets underway. Hopefully the rain doesn't play a spoil sport and we have an uninterrupted game.
All right. So that was it from Fantasy Pundit Vivek Krishnan, and the article is already up with the updated team. So we do not expect any more changes, but always, as we keep telling you, keep an eye on both the Twitter handle, that is TFG Fantasy 11, and also on Facebook as TFG Fantasy Pundit. We will keep you updated, and do always keep checking both places or anyone, because behind the scenes we are doing all the hard work for you.
And obviously the website, guys, don't forget.
So until the next game, do download the IVM podcast app on Android and iOS. You can also listen to this podcast on major podcasting apps like SoundCloud, Audioboom, Stitcher, etc. And definitely on YouTube. Do like, share, subscribe, and
Comment.
That is how we'll know that you are liking it, you're not liking it. Do spread the word about the TFG Fantasy Pundit.
And guys, start following Kevin also. He's going to be there from time to time.
I hope Nikhil is back soon. Alright, until the next game, see you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.